Hello, my soul tribe. Thank you so much for joining your February monthly reading. Today, we're going to do a pick card reading for the water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. If you're a sun and rising in these three water signs, this could be the reading for you. Now, at the very beginning of this video, I have provided you with two different options. Pile number one is a picture with beautiful fireworks. Pile number two, it's a beautiful family gathering, right? Mother, father, children having a union, having a celebration, maybe for Lunar New Year. And by the way, happy Chinese New Year to all of my followers, right? Now, you can go to your pile based on the timestamp provided in the video description. And with all that being said, let's get started with our pile number one. Hello, pile number one. You have chosen this picture, the fireworks, right? Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. They could be the reading for you. Now, first of all, we're going to shuffle Oracle of the Celestial Deities. Let's have a look at what is the energy there for you. We got related to your general energy, your communication, your work, as well as your love life. All right. Thank you, universe. Athena, beautiful. All right. Strategy, wisdom, right? Justice. This is your current energy. What is your communication and your interaction with other people? Venus. All right. Sweet and gentle, very beautiful. What is your work? The moon. Oh, wow. And finally, what is love and relationship? Atlanta. Okay. Now, I'm going to put one more card from the major arcana and let's interpret, right, the energy for you in the month of February, all right? Thank you so much, universe. Ooh, justice card just flew out, okay? I don't even need to pick one. Okay, very good. So, first of all, justice with Athena, it's a double confirmation because both of these two cards are talking about decision commitment. One of the things I think for as a theme, right, for the month of February, for a lot of you guys, it's about dealing with your commitment towards something, whether you're serious about something, whether you are committed to make an effort, right, to maintain something into the future. Justice and Athena has a lot to do with your personal decision, actually. It's not really about what the divine is forcing you or asking you, please do it. In tarot, whenever I see justice card, it's more to do with what you want, right? And if you are committed to it, you are able to make it happen for you. Also, for some of you guys, this month could be a very important month of dealing with legal contract, right? Agreement, right? Things like that. Because justice and I think that both are related to law and order, okay? Things like that. So, of course, this is a general reading. Take what resonates. Law, contract, agreement, right? Signing documents, those things could come into focus for you guys. But more importantly, at the psychological level, I think Justice and Athena are really talking about your own sense of commitment. What is your decision? And whether you decide to do it. If you want to do it, it's going to happen. Specifically, I think this has a lot to do with your career. And later, I'm going to talk about that, okay? Now, with your generally speaking, with your communication, you've got Venus. Now, Venus in communication is nice because Venus is talking about you knowing how to be diplomatic, being nice and being sweet when it comes to dealing with people. Now, because you got Athena, Venus, Moon, and Atlanta here, it seems like there's a lot of female energy around you in the month of February. So this could be about you talking to women, right? Dealing with female clients, dealing with female friends, right? Or dealing with female members of your family, right? Things like that. It's a very feminine energy, specifically with the justice on card, which is also showing a woman holding a scale. Okay. Now, Venus is actually good in your communication because I think this month is really showing that even though your mind is very strong, right? You know what you want, what you need, but you know how to deliver your speech in a very sweet and very gentle way so that it's almost like you have a very strong core, but you are not offensive, right? You are not, just letting things blurting out. You know how to fashion it, right, in a nice way so that it's easy for people to listen to. It's easy for people to accept. Now, With your work, you got the moon. I like this energy specifically when this card is paired up with Athena in the first house because the moon is about your target. This picture depicts a female figure whose name is Artemis, the goddess of the wild. Now, she is about, aiming at your target, right? Because she's a huntress. So I feel like for a lot of guys who are choosing this pile, you guys really know what you know your craft, right? You know your skills, you know your stuff, basically, right? And this moon is telling me that you are very good at what you do, and there's also going to be a very clear goal you are going to aim at, you're going to follow uh, in the month of February. So I like that. So if you have any goals in the month of February in your career, in your work, or maybe if you're a student, right, you have a target in terms of, okay, I want to pass this exam, right? Things like that. I think it's going to be a very productive month for a lot of you guys. Now, with love, we've got Atlanta. Now, usually with this card in love, it's rather challenging. Okay, I have to be very honest with you guys, because Atlanta in Greek mythology was a virgin huntress. She does not really open herself up towards or her suitors. Sometimes this energy could be showing that maybe you are very attractive. Okay, you are getting a lot of attention from guys or girls or whatever that is. But it's almost like you know that there's someone for you. You know you got a soulmate, right? You know who is the right one for you. And thus, during this month of time, you might be on purpose creating a lot of distance between you and your suitors, right? Because you know that, okay, you are not the one for me, right? So there's a sense of emotional or psychological distance there. Now, because your Atlanta is right next to Venus, one of the things that you guys will have to be careful with is that there could be some distraction, right? Someone that you might have some romantic um, connection or encountering with, but they're not the right, really the one for you, even though there is some kind of like, like temptation, let's say in there. Yeah. So the reason is because of Venus was a goddess who provided the tempting apples, right, to a guy who was trying to seduce Atlanta. And so with Athena in the first house, I think that you know anyway, right? For pound number one, you know why you're doing this, who you're dealing with, what could be the result of this, and whether this is real or not. I think in your mind, you're going to be very clear about this, but there could just be some kind of like temptation there for you. Okay. But let's pull a little bit more cards, right? Let's see what other information there from Tea Leaves Oracle. All right. Thank you, universe, right? For the months of, ooh, too many. All right. That's too many. Oh, okay. So you can see this deck of cards is all round, right? It's not easy to shuffle. Okay. Thank you, universe, right? I want to make sure that I didn't drop more. Okay. All right. So 3 cards, right? For our pile. Number 1, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Pile number 1. All right. That's it. For your communication, below Venus, we have Barrel. You feel something is lacking in your life, perhaps love, money, or goals. Now, with this card under your communication, this could be saying that over the next several weeks, during your communication with other people, maybe you're feeling that there are certain things you want to be more firm, or you want to be more, let's say, you want to really kind of like stick to your guts, if you know what I mean. Like, you know that I want to say this, I believe this is right, but you gotta make some compromises, if you know what I mean. Yeah. Sometimes the best communication comes that way. Not everything is 100%, how we want it to go. But this Venus with the bear energy could be saying that you're trying to be nice, but there are certain compromises you have to make, right? Because you know that, okay, that's not right, but I don't want to fight you, right? I don't want to like be aggressive with you. That's why I am behaving in a nice way and I'm behaving very agreeable, but that's really not what I truly want to say. So there's some kind of like uh, compromise, right? When it comes to communication, that is sort of like there, okay? But I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. Sometimes you do have to, find the middle ground, right? But at the end of the day, just know that what is your boundary, right? Because if someone is really sort of like, crossing your boundaries. I think it's also important for you to really draw that line in a very nice way and say it peacefully, but also be firm, right, with your boundaries. With work, man, dealings or relationship with a man. Okay, with the moon card sitting on top, this could definitely talking about dealing with the male clients, dealing with the male counterparts, right, male boss and things like that. Okay, now with Athena, moon, and the man sitting in one row, I do think that this month, um, earlier, like what I say, apart from the female energy that you're with, specifically in work, right? You got this male energy that is quite strong. All right. Now, the other thing that I also want to say is that because we got the moon, Venus, Bear, and Man sitting together, this could also be about maybe you're dealing with a male that you find a little bit attractive, right? Maybe in your work zone, who is attractive, who is like kind of gets your attention, but just want to let you know that this is not the right one for you, okay? Because of the barrel in the middle. Now, with love, we have got bridge, successfully overcoming a problem. Okay, remember what I said earlier about some kind of temptation happening with the Venus, right? With the barrel and with the Atlanta. This is just saying that whatever struggle that you feel in love in this month, you will be able to overcome that. You will not be stuck, right, with your feelings with someone. And I think it's very, very true because Athena, Moon, Atlanta, all these three goddesses are more logical, are more practical, right? But only in Venus you're having in here. I also think that this could be about someone who could be a little bit like a sweet talker with you, right? Maybe you are dealing with someone, they're very good at talking, they're very sweet, but then you know that it's not really the right match, right? It's just a talk. Very interesting. Okay. Now, let's pull one more card from Oracle of the Mythic Heroes. By the way, because you got Athena and Justice at the very beginning, I just think that you will know anyway. You're not going to be misled, right, by any kind of like weird situations. I think Athena and Justice is very much about you know what is right for you. You know you're independent, right? You know what is true, what is not true. And that's what Athena is. Athena is about truth, right? So I'm not worried about this, okay? But I just think that there could be a little bit like a detour there. Like could be about something that you are saying or someone's saying something to you and you're kind of like, oh, is that real? And then you go back to yourself, right? Be like, okay, no, I know what is real, okay? To be like that. Thank you, universe. One card. Or card number one. Ooh, too many. Okay, we're gonna pull again. It's very funny today. A lot of cards are jumping out for you guys. Okay, I'm gonna pull this one. Strategy or this again Libra energy. Okay, this card has a lot to do with Libra. You got Libra, Athena, and Justice. Could be even be about maybe you're dealing with a Libra person. Sorry, this month. Um, remember with Odysseus energy. Okay, Odysseus is about being strategic and being smart, right? How to maneuver through your journey, because it took Odysseus 10 years time to journey all the way from Troy back to Ithaca. The whole story Odyssey was about this long journey that he was doing. And along the way, he was encountering interesting people, interesting women, interesting lovers, and also interesting enemies. And so with this card for our power number one, see everything that you're dealing with as an experience. It's not about the result, but it's more about the journey, right? The experience that you are enjoying. So just be okay with that and enjoy that and just know that, okay, whatever happened is just a part of the journey. And I'm going to learn something from that and enjoy that, right? Take the most out of that experience and then move forward. All right. Thank you so much. My beautiful pile number one, the fireworks, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Wish you a successful month. And remember to subscribe to my channel, like it, and share it with the people you like, you love, right? I'll see you very soon in the next reading session. Bye. Oh, pile number two, you have chosen this picture. It's a nice family gathering, father, mother, children, very sweet and very harmonious. If you're attracted to this picture, Sun rising, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, this is the reading for you, right? First of all, let's pull 4 cards from Oracle of the Celestial Deities. Let's have a look at your general energy right? Your communication, your work, as well as your personal relationships. Okay. Thank you, universe. All right. Give it a good shuffle. Ooh, what is this? Pegasus. Beautiful. Okay. Overcoming difficulties, rising above. Very good. Now, with your communication, Persephone. With your work career, Pluto. Oh, wow. And with your personal love relationship, we got Juno. Very interesting energy. Now, I'm going to put one more card from um, the major arcana, okay, from tarot. Let's see what's the advice, right, for you overall, okay? Thank you, universe. The Empress. Oh, wow, lovely card. Look, power number two. When it comes to your general energy, Pegasus is a very beautiful energy because Pegasus is your freedom, is your sense of liberation, is how you want to get rid of all the chains, right, around you, all the restrictions, and you really want to be who you are. You want to fly high. You want to rise above. This energy is truly showing what you're going through in this month is to achieve a sense of liberation within yourself, right? Nothing can contain you, nothing can, press you down, and nothing can really restrict your sense of self and your sense of existence. Now, because you've got the Empress card next to it, this is further emphasizing the meaning of this card because Empress is self-love, is bringing love to yourself. Instead of being tangled and being restricted by, oh, he wants this from me, she's expecting this from me, everyone else wants me to be this way. These two energies more showing that about what do you want in you. The Empress is telling you to love yourself, is to nurture yourself, is to nourish, right, your soul so that you can achieve the sense of liberation as the Pegasus in you. Now, during this month of time in February, Pegasus is also showing some kind of very lovely friendship could be helpful to you because Empress, this card, is very motherly, loving energy, right? So there could be maybe could be a man or could be a woman, but generally speaking, Empress is more like a female energy, someone like maybe like an older friend who is a woman, right? Older sister, older, colleague, right? Or even a boss, right? Who is very loving, who is very caring, and who wants to guide you and protect you. So I love this energy a lot. And so as an advice, right? I think with Pegasus and with Empress, just don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't be shy to let the people know what you need, right? How you want to be protected, how you want to be able to help you or share their resources with you. Now, with communication, you've got Persephone. And this is the reason why I'm saying you got to be careful with being shy, right? And not being able to voice out what you want because your soul is really wanting you to, fly high, right? And shed all the chains and the shackles. But the communication is very much tangled in there. So this could be about maybe there's a lot of things you want to express, you want to say, but somehow you are not doing that because you are afraid of doing that. You are stopping yourself from expressing, right? Your true self. And I think this energy also has a lot to do with your work. So I think this could also be about maybe discussing things with your boss, right? Because you got Pluto in there. Now, Pluto by itself in career is about ending, leading to a new beginning. So for a lot of you guys, maybe you are changing jobs, maybe you're changing roles, right? Or you are stopping a work relationship with someone. Now, it really depends on your personal situation. Could be about maybe you are literally leaving a company, right? Searching for new jobs. The Pluto could also be talking about maybe you're ending a working relationship with a client, ending your commitment with a team in the company, and you're transferring to a different team, or ending of a long-term project. Actually, to be honest, with Pegasus and the Persephone next to it, I get a very strong feeling that this is something actually very good for you. Because what you need is a sense of liberation in you, okay, from a long dragged project or long dragged environment that you have always been in. So this sense of transformation happening in your work is a good thing. So I want you guys to really open yourself up to welcome it. Okay, love and relationship, you have got Juno, the goddess of marriage, right? And the sky. Now, because Juno is sitting in this house, for a lot of you guys, maybe you're already married or maybe you're already having a partner, right? Juno is talking about the relationship per se that you are in. But because of Pegasus and Persephone next to it, this could be about you wanting personal freedom or you wanting personal space, even though you are in a relationship. So find that right balance. Now, for group number two, if you are single, okay, if you are single, then Juno is really showing that for you, maybe you believe that you really want a marriage or you really want a commitment. But there's something showing that maybe in the past you have been in a relationship where you felt like, oh, I thought I really wanted a stable relationship. But once I'm getting into one, I feel restricted. I feel I'm losing freedom. I feel like I'm sacrificing too much, right? It's a little bit like that. But when I leave the relationship, then I miss a relationship, right? It's a little bit like, okay, it's exactly what you want and what you need. So this energy usually shows that, okay, the key point here, again, come back to this emperor energy. It's really showing that the most important thing is not really about the format, the formality of a relationship, but it's more about are you feeling a sense of love within yourself or with someone. At the end of the day, two people being together, it does not really matter what the format is, whether we're officially together, or we're just loving each other, right? And I think maybe for pile number two, the perfect relationship for you is not really about defining what this means, but it's more about how we feel about each other, right? And naturally, when we have this mutual love, nourishment, right, for each other for a long time, it becomes a serious relationship anyway, right? I'm gonna pull a little bit more cards, all right, for our pile number two. Let's get a little bit more details, right, about this. All right, so for your communication, sunrise, new creative ideas, new ventures, and fresh start. With Persephone, I really want you guys to know that once that spark of brilliant idea or inspiration comes out, don't stop yourself from pursuing it. Okay, this is some kind of brilliant idea or creativity that you feel in the months of February. But Persephone is a little bit like, oh, but I'm not ready. I'm not ready. So the sunrise, actually, I like this energy because the sun represents warmth and Persephone is the goddess of spring. So she likes this sun energy, right? So when these two sitting together, I think it's a very good thing. Just like what I said, express yourself. Let your creative ideas really flow. Okay. Yeah. With your work, right? Broken bridge, unsuccessful outcome to a problem. Yeah, exactly. With Pluto, just tells you that whatever that is not working out, let it go. Right? There's something in your career that you know that just draining is bad for you. It's important that you don't follow it. It's important that you know how to end something that is already draining you. All right, especially with this Persephone energy next to it. It's just kind of like draining, right? I don't think this is something that is about, okay, let me fix this, and maybe we try again. I think with this energy with the Pluto, you just need to know what works and what does not work. And if you know that it doesn't work for you in the past already, maybe already twice or three times, let it go. End it, right? And then you can fly out of this like a Pegasus and welcoming new things. Love and relationship, we got heart, love, deep affection, and caring. Wow, with Juno. Now, remember what I said earlier about what is important about relationship. It's about the love, it's about the nourishment, right? So I think, like what I said, with these two cards sitting together, and Pegasus. I think it really tells you that what is important is really that sense of love that you feel with someone rather than the formality, right? Whether someone says, okay, we are committed, right? I'm going to be with you forever. We are serious. Sometimes, this kind of seriousness is not something through words, but it's through their action, right? And you know what their action is. You know when someone says, I'm serious about you, truly what they mean about that and when someone is not saying that, but they truly love you, right? So I think with this heart energy here, it's just asking you to really feel from your heart chakra, right? The affection, the love from someone instead of, words. Okay. I think that's very important. Specifically, with Empress card on top, Empress is also about love. I think this month for power number two, building the love and connection with someone instead of like jumping the gun to the conclusion. Oh, what does that mean? Does that mean you love me? You don't love me? Does that mean we're serious? I think feeling the love is way more important than saying it. Okay. Very, very beautiful. Now we're going to pull one last card from Oracle of the Mythic Heroes. Thank you, universe. Justice. Okay, Athena. Justice, this card has a lot to do with it. The universe will be fair with you. Okay, will actually balance things out for you. I like this energy a lot. Specifically, when it comes to work, this Pluto and the unbroken bridge energy with justice. I think whatever that you're ready to release, right? Whatever that is not working out for you so far, the universe will make sure that if you have the guts to release it and move on to the new thing, the universe will definitely make sure that you will be given and be rewarded the right thing to you for you to work out, for you to work with. But it's very important that you can really find a balance, with your scale. Okay, not too imbalanced, like, okay, I'm putting everything in there. I'm kind of like putting all my eggs in one basket, and I'm still trying to push through. I think justice has a lot to do with that inner balance that you feel within you. If it doesn't work, let it go. If it works, let's put a little bit more effort into it, right? I think this also has a lot to do with this Pegasus energy. I think whenever you are releasing something that is very, very toxic or that is just draining your energy, right? Specifically, again, in this could be about work, could be about love and relationship, but more I think will be about work, I think, yeah. And you truly realize that how liberating and how good it feels, right? Even though you are the one who have to really let it go. And remember justice. This card just tells you that fortune after difficulties, things will be fair, things will be balanced out for you. Thank you so much, my power number two. This is a very quick reading for Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces for the month of February. If you enjoy the reading, remember to subscribe to my channel, like it, and share it with the people you care about. I'll see you very soon in the next reading session. Bye.